review. Book one is all about the books that I read for the last 14 years. And today I have my special guest. He is the author of the book Parenting Against the Current, no other than Mr. Josh Petit. Welcome to Book 101, Mr. Josh, and can you please introduce more about yourself?
Hey Daniel, thanks for having me on. I'm Josh Poteet. I'm a lead pastor of a church in West Hartford, Connecticut. I am a husband, father of two, and really excited to get to dive in with y'all today to press into this book and really kind of the heartbeat behind it.
Mr. Josh Petit, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge to the world. What are the most common cultural currents that you believe are pulling children away from spiritual grounding? Mr. Josh? Hello, that's Mike. Hello. I think Mr. Josh is disconnected. So while we are waiting for him, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, uh, Abstract Essay in its fifth season, Abstract Poetry in second season, and of course, Book 101 Review in its fifth season, Comedy 101 in second season, Food 101 in fourth season. No, I mean fifth season as well. Food 101 is the fifth season already, people. And my Geography 101 and Love Letters in its third season, and my baby podcast Mental Health 101, Movie 101 Review and Music 101 in its fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season indeed. So people, listen to them wherever you listen your podcast, and tune in for my feature author of the month of May. And my feature author of the month of April is Miss Marcy Pusey. Please do listen to our 4 episodes. We talk about how and why Miss Marcy Pusey is an award winning and best selling author. And again, please do listen. My feature author of the month of April, Miss Marcy Pusey. While we are waiting for Mr. Josh Petit to come back, and here we go. We were just promoting my other podcast,
Yes,
Mr.
Daniel.
Josh. Mr. Josh, while you are not around, so let's continue the discussion about your book and what inspired you to write Parenting Against the Current.
Yeah, jumping back to the first question too. Like there's a culture in today where our kids are they're designed to be led. I think we know that. Like that's the whole build around parenting, and yet there's a current of passivity and there's a current of really letting tired win where we're exhausted. Like working all day is tiring. You get home and sometimes it can be really easy to give your family the leftovers. And I think that that's one of the huge cultural implications that's impacting our kids and leading them away from really growing in their walks with the Lord. And so one of the heartbeats of this book is kind of saying, hey, we're gonna make tired wait. We're gonna press into what's most important, and we're gonna lead our families intentionally. But rather than just saying that, really trying to make it practical, because I think most parents, they hear that and they're like, yes, I'm in. That sounds awesome. I agree. But now what? Like, what do I do with that? I need something to put into my hands to kind of carry that forward. And that's the heartbeat, is making it practical for parents. Because I just know, like kids don't come with a tutorial or like a instructions manual. My kids didn't come that, like I held these little kids in my arms and I was like, man, what do I do now? And And rather than us just trying to build the plane while flying, the heartbeat of this is, well, let's rally together. Let's pool our resources a little bit and talk through how we can strategically move forward and lead our families intentionally towards a very specific destination.
Indeed. Mr. Josh Petit, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge to the world. What does it mean to take back discipline in home in today's culture?
Yeah, taking back discipleship. It's really that intentional leading, right? It's moving away from the current of passivity and saying, no, no, we're going somewhere. And so, right at the beginning of the book, I kind of set this destination where, hey, this is where my family is going, and I would encourage you to take this as your destination too. And the destination is it's three parts. It's I want my kids to love God, to love people, and to enjoy us. The last one being like when they don't have to be around us anymore, they still want to be. And so everything that we do as a family is pushed through that filter. That's the lens, like that's the destination. Every mile marker along the way is moving towards. And so that's the big piece for us is knowing like, hey, our parenting is going somewhere, and rather than us just going alone, we want to invite other parents into that as well, because discipling our kids really means leading them to that destination. And most parents I have found, because parenting is often survival mode, like you like you're just trying to keep your head above water, and that leads us to, if we're not careful, to not have an intentional destination mapped out. And so that discipling is really it's a leading, right? There's a phrase that was used back in Israel back in the day.
Well, people, I want to apologize. Mr. Josh is disconnected again. So while we're waiting for him, just want to talk about my podcast. Abstract essay, as I said, is already in fifth season. Abstract essays talk about paintings or being an artist. If you are having a talent to be an artist in any kind, like painting, singing, or whatever hobbies that you want to share to the world, I'm inviting you to please do come and be my guest on Abstract Essay. Abstract Essay is already in its fifth season with my co-host, Mr. Salku Zanza. Right now, we are talking about his magnificent paintings. And my abstract poetry is all about reading of my abstract poetry collection. Use I did publish abstract poetry 5 volumes. So available where books are sold, and please do grab a copy or listen to abstract poetry because the same with the book I'm reading every episode. So, Mr. Josh, let's continue what we're talking about. And what do you think so many Christian families struggle to prioritize faith formation at home?
Yeah, today. But I would say families really struggle because we're meant to lead our schedules. Our schedules aren't meant to lead us,
Yes.
and yet more often than not, it's the schedule leading the way. And so we busy Jesus right out of our time. We we rush around so much. We really like, because being busy isn't the problem; it's being hurried, and we become these hurried people who are just trying to get by, pushing, 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 and we reach this point where intentionality, we just don't have time for it. And that's a pretty dangerous place that we get into in our personal lives, we get into our marriages, and it bleeds into us leading our kids. The American culture is very much go, 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 and we don't count the cost of what our yes actually means. So the measuring stick being everything that I say yes to, I say no to something else. And for the most part, we don't recognize that. We say yes as much as we possibly can, and we don't realize that we're saying no to intentionality. We're saying no to laughing around a campfire with our kids. We're saying no to so many things because we're saying yes to other things that matter far less. Um, yeah,
Pastor Josh, let's talk about faith in at home. What does everyday discipleship look like in a modern Christian household?
it's a great question. So one of the goals of this book, I think I already mentioned it, is
I think Mr. Josh is lagging, and I want to apologize for that, people. And make sure that when I publish on the podcast itself, I will edit it. And
to really
again,
get practical, and that's part. So see the divine in the normal, seeking God's fingerprints wherever we go. So like a silly example being, there was this one time where my football team had cheated, and they lost some draft picks for it because they cheated. And my daughter was asking me about it because she was trying to figure out, like, why did they cheat? Like, I don't understand. And that was a moment where I had two paths I could take. I could continue talking about football, or we could talk about sin, and we could talk about brokenness, and we could talk about like our desperate need for a savior and why Jesus matters so much. And obviously, like I chose the latter, but it would have been just as easy to go the other way. What that did
hello, Mr. Josh. Hello, test mic. Hello, hello. I think Mr. Josh is disconnected again, and I will continue to talk about my podcast. Abstract Poetry is in second season, people. It's all about reading poetry. I do have a collection of abstract poetry from volume 1 to volume 5. And my book 101 review, it's in fifth season. I do interview lots of authors all over the world, and I do feature author of the month, either a best-selling and award-winning authors. And please do listen book 101 review, because this is my active podcast that I do every day, most especially on Podmats. Comedy 101 is in second season with my co-host Bob Lement. We are teaching people to be how to be a comedian itself. I myself are learning to be a comedian, so I'm learning from Mr. Bob Lement as a comedian guru. And my Food 101 podcast in its fifth season 2 with Chef Alessandro, one of the specialty chef in one of the five-star hotel in downtown Toronto. Please do listen to our latest episode. We are reading our letter senders all over the world. So please do listen Food 101 wherever you listen your podcast. Geography 101 is all about, well, the places that I've been through and places that I want to feature all over the world. And it's already on third season, people. So please do listen. Geography 101. Love letters are collection of love stories of people get lost, get crazy and disoriented, in the name of love. I have two co-hosts on Love Letters, Mr. Jim McSmith and Miss Karen Deloach. So please do listen to our episodes because it's something else. Love letters, wherever you listen your podcast. Mental Health 101 is all about mental health awareness. We're bringing you the information how to have a mental health awareness and mental health uh, information that give you vital to have a good mental health in our daily lives. And of course, a movie 101 review. We talk about movies itself with Mr. Bob Lement in its fifth season 2. And please do listen to our latest episode. We are talking about the movie The Gorge. So please do listen, movie 101 review. And of course, Music 101 in its fourth season. Fourth season, people. And with Mr. Jim Smith. Music 101 is created to empower music itself and, of course, legendary icon in the music industry. So please do listen wherever you listen your podcast. I think Mr. Josh did not come back, so I want to wrap up this discussion. Please do support him. Parenting against the current, tracking back discipleship in your home by Josh Poteet and Math Nations. Please support them wherever your books are sold. So, people, again, thank you so much for supporting Book 101 Review because I belong to 5% popular show globally. And thank you for my 154 countries listening to this podcast. More to come, people. See you soon.